Hi, I need help. Can I please join your community?
Yes, but you need to quarantine for 24 hours. Please go in.
Okay.
My name is Jacob and I'm in sports medicine.
My name is Amaya and I'm in biology.
My name is Una and I'm in chemistry.
My name is Mariama and I'm in biology.
My name is Ash and I'm in biology.
Our role is infection control and quarantine zone. This is vital to both individual and group survival. If infection spreads within the community is compromised and everybody will die. It'd be really great for everybody to stay alive. Our solution focuses on how to handle outsiders arriving who may be infected, to monitor them and make sure that they aren't infected or deal with them if they are, and prevent infection from ever spreading within the community.
When people come into town while they're infected, we'll make them stay in a sterilized room to prevent contamination, and then they'll have to stay in there for 24 hours until they're not having any more symptoms. Some of the things we'll need for treatment is a lot of antibiotics for different treatments, wraps for wrapping up wounds and cuts, and then casting materials to treat broken and wounded arms and legs.
And we also have the personal protective equipment. And for further studies, we will discuss the approach as to why it is a must to wear a personal protective equipment. Looking at the 3 lines of defense of the human body, we have the first line of defense, which are the skin and mucus. The integumentary system, which is the outer layer of the human body, consists of the skin, hair, nails, and glands, are like the mucus. The first line of defense serves as a physical barrier, and it regulates body temperature and allows feel skin sensations such as hot and cold. In the quarantine area, it is a must to monitor people who will come in. So looking for an early signs of infection, such as the bites, rashes, redness of a specific area, changes in skin texture, and itching. And then next we have the second line of defense, which is the innate immunity, and it is a rapid response to pathogens, to like harmful foreign substances that enters the body. These are the times that the human can be infected, meaning in the meantime they will turn into a zombie.
We also have the third line of defense, which is the adaptive immunity, which recognizes and targets specific pathogens and responds to harmful foreign substances which enters the body if it passes through the second line of defense. It creates memory cells for future infections, which are faster and more effective approach to the same pathogens. The T and B cells, which are 2 specialized cells that communicate with each other in approach to infectious bacteria, viruses, and fungi, are times that a human can also be treated through medication which hasn't been identified, therefore the infection has no cure yet.
If you have any symptoms of infection, you need to assess immediately for bite rashes and possibly infected injuries. And some symptom trackings are coughing, confusion, aggressive, and muscle spasms. And you should monitor for the first 6 hours if you have symptoms, and then every hour until 24 hours survival has passed. And most people turn to a zombie within the first 24-hour period. And also, do not interact with persons without the full equipment.
Awesome. If a person in our care outside of the wall does in fact turn into a zombie, that sucks for them. They're gonna have to die, unfortunately. And then we need a way to sterilize the room and make sure that no infection remains in that area, and makes its way inside of the community. This infection is a fungus, and fungi thrives at a slightly acidic pH of 5 or 6. So both a really strong acid and a strong base can be used to completely eradicate it. Some readily available ones are hydrochloric acid, which is a strong acid, and sodium hydroxide, which is a strong base. Sodium hydroxide can also be synthesized relatively easily. It would take a lot of work, but you can create it through electrolysis, which is how batteries work. So it would be a way to get both electricity and sodium hydroxide, which can be used to sterilize, and that'd be very useful. Again, controlling infection is very important, and it's the first step to creating a strong and a safe community. Nothing else we build really matters unless we can make sure that people are going to survive. The system would evolve together with the community's outer wall and defense system. Some important extensions and applications would be increased security and further sanitation protocols. Synthesizing sodium hydroxide is probably not the first thing that people will be able to do, but it is a long-term step that would be really beneficial to the community.